Hey, how's it going guys, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy 15 video. Today we're going to be continuing with something we started quite a while back, and I'm talking about our level 1 playthrough. So instead of recording the entire game on level 1, what we're going to be doing is recording all the main dungeons on level 1 instead, because if not it's going to be a lot of time wasted. So we're going to start off with the Daurell Caverns, which I was expecting to be a little bit easier than it was. The main reason this was kind of difficult is because I highly underestimated it, and I came in here with hardly any items at all. I think I had 2 high potions, 3 elixirs, 2 high elixirs, and 2 or 3 phoenix downs. So it was quite difficult at some stages. Some of the battles was quite difficult. The necromancers are a real pain when you're level 1. And even when you're not level 1, they're quite a pain anyway, but as you can see here, we are level 1. I'm showing you the quickly equipment. Another thing that has really helped out has been the Ragnarok. That's obviously an amazing weapon to have for a level 1 playthrough, especially with its warp strike, how powerful it is. And I've made sure I've unlocked 2 equipment slots for each one of the characters, at least before coming into here. I've got decent-ish weapon for Gladio and obviously Noct. The other 2 are kind of sitting on pretty standard weapons at this point. Ronins are definitely my favorite enemy in this place, simply because they're not really too dangerous considering they're so easy to parry. However, the Ronins can be a bit of a issue sometimes towards the teammates, as the rest of the entourage is not too amazing at dodging, and they can get insta-killed pretty easily by the Ronins. Now on the topic, talking about all the enemies in this place, we may as well go over them. The Hecteyes, I believe they're called. They're not too difficult considering they don't have much health. They can insta-kill you with the beam, but it's so easy to dodge, and like I said, with the Ragnarok, we can take them out in a few warp strikes, so they're not too much of an issue. Then finally we have, well, obviously we have the skeletons as well, but they're definitely not a problem. And then finally, the necromancers, like I mentioned before, they are a real pain. They are going to be the main issue in this area, and the only reason I'm really going to have any trouble. We're going to pick up the Moogle Charm as well now we're down here. The only 2 items we're really interested in down here is the Moogle Charm and the Hard Edge. The Moogle Charm obviously we can't use because we're going to be staying at level 1, so there's no point of having an experience boost, but we can sell it for a decent amount of cash. And on this playthrough, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. The next dungeon we do, I'm definitely going to stock up on enough items, so I'll be needing some cash before we do that. At the stage we're at right now, I believe we only have like 1 Phoenix down left and 1 Mega Phoenix, so we cannot afford to die too often here. And what we plan on doing, as the team is going to die off very quickly, obviously, because of the Ronin, there's no point of reviving them until we finish off the Ronin. So I'm going to sit here just parrying away until I manage to take them out and hopefully don't get petrified in the process. And once I do finish off the Ronin, we are going to use the Mega Phoenix to try and bring back the team. The only reason I really need them alive is for Prompto to use his Piercer technique to lower the defense of the Necromancers so we can take them out a little bit quicker. Though they are going to die off pretty quickly again afterwards because they just get annihilated down here on level 1. But I was expecting that anyway. That wasn't the it was no surprise to see the team sort of die off that quick. So as you can obviously tell by now, this is not a live commentary sort of playthrough thing. It was more of just something I thought would be interesting to do. Now we're waiting for the next patch and the DLC and stuff to come up, and I had a bit of free time, so I thought let's go ahead and do it. And you know, I'll just guide you through sort of the thought process behind the stuff I was doing and how it went down, really, because this is by no means a tutorial or walkthrough of how to do this on level 1. There's a lot better sort of methods, and I could have made sure I came a lot more prepared for this, or just simply came later on in the game when I have better items, more of my Ascension sort of grid unlocked. So you know, it's just sort of a bit of fun, if anything. This right here was definitely the most intense moment of this entire dungeon. As you can see, I'm on 1 HP, and I know I only have 1 Phoenix down remaining, and I really did not want to have to waste it, because once you know you've got no Phoenix down, then you're in really big trouble, because you know, anytime you go down, it's over. And here I do actually go down, so I do have to waste the final Phoenix down. And now I know that the rest of the dungeon, I have to just rely on high sort of elixirs, and the few, if any, I think I have like 1 potion left at this point. So I do actually have to go ahead and waste another one of the elixirs, which really puts us in an even worse situation was in a few seconds ago. But we do manage to finish off this battle, and our team comes back to life, if only for a short while. And on the floor here, we do pick up the Assassin's Dagger, which is one of those items I really should have picked up before I even entered this dungeon, because it's an amazing early game weapon to have for Ignis. Well, sort of early mid-game, I suppose you could say, depending on where you pick it up from. But that should help out a little bit going in here into the next room. And also on Ignis, here I believe I changed his regroup to the Enhancer, simply because those situations where I get left alone just with Ignis, his regroup ability is really not too helpful for us, at least for this situation. We only have, I believe, 2 rooms left of enemies before we actually complete the dungeon. The first one coming up here is not too difficult whatsoever, but the final room in this place, as you know, we have to fight the Iron Giant with, I think, 1 or 2 Necromancers, a Ronin, and then 3 or 4 Hecteyes. So once we've done that, we don't actually need to fight this room down here. We may actually only have the one battle remaining because we can skip straight through this. Okay, we are actually already at the scaffolding area, which does mean we only have the final battle remaining. Remember, no Phoenix Downs. I think I have a couple of elixirs, if that. And the team is already on pretty low HP, which really just makes no difference whatsoever because they're going to get one hit KO'd by pretty much everything anyway at this stage. So the reason we're waiting up here is simply so we can use our magic first, but most importantly is so we can get at least one technique bar so Prompto can use his piercer to lower the defense down a bit of the Iron Giant. Though once I do get down here, I realize it's probably a better idea to try to take out the Necromancer first, which does not end too well. I get actually petrified and Gladius falls. Ignis is pretty much done for, and there he goes. Prompto's pretty much screwed as well at this point. And I realize I do not have enough items to start wasting on pretty much everyone. And I do, for the 5th time I'm repeating this, I have no Phoenix Downs. So if I die now, it's pretty much over. I do need to make sure I use this last elixir I have. At this stage, it's kind of a bit of a coward's battle. What I do is I sort of just constantly block, then going for a Warp Strike on the Necromancer and continuously do that until I do finally finish him off, which is kind of boring to watch. So fast forward that. And once we've taken him out, it's just us against the Iron Giant, and then I believe the Ronin comes. So the Iron Giant's not too much of a problem. As you can see, we had a bit of a trick up our sleeve here. And in case any of you are wondering, I could have just walked out of the battle area and then sort of re-entered at any point to have my teammates alive, but I considered the half health I'd already taken away from the Necromancer was worth more than having my 3 teammates alive at this stage, at least until I take out this guy and the Iron Giant. And like we were saying before, having teammates against the Ronin is kind of worthless anyway, as it's so easy to take them out by ourselves because it's so easy to parry. And once we do that, we have 3 or 4 more of these Hex Dies pop up, and quite honestly here, we have no reason not to exit out of the area, revive our teammates, and come straight back in, as they're all at full HP, so we're not going to be losing or sacrificing anything by leaving the area and re-entering. The Hex Dies have hardly any HP, we can take these out without a problem, and with this final parry, we are going to get the double kill and finally finish the Daurell Caverns. So depending on really the response of this video and how much views it gets, I'll probably go ahead and try to do Castlemark, Tower, and the channels as well on level 1, obviously only if I sort of find it worth it. If it's only going to get like 20 views, it's clearly not worth the time, but we are sort of on a sort of waiting period here, just waiting for the DLCs and stuff, so it's not like I've got anything else to do. So I hope you did enjoy this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more fun Fantasy 15 content, and we'll see you next time.